everybody, my name is Jessica Holyfield and I'm a professional dance choreographer and dance educator based out of the southeast of the United States, and we are finally here taking a look at Bad Villains. Bad Villains, this is their debut track. I have seen Plus 82 in Hurricane from this group, and I do know a couple of the members have heavy dance background, so I am excited to see what their own discography has to offer in this way. Yeah, we're gonna look at the fixed cam dance practice as well as the music video for context of concept, and without further ado, let's check it out. Bad Villain. Whoa. What? Woohoo! I love the classical influence on the track. Yes, lots of little accents happening here. Wow. Yeah. The quickness of that is insane. I'm ready for this chorus. Come on. Come on. Oh my god, their texture is killer. Oh, I'm melting. Great syncopation with the footwork on this to help match that percussion change. Yo! Wow. Yes, for the add-on. Da, da, da. Yeah. Wow. Wow. Did we really just add a freaking network in there? Oh my god. You want to talk about one of the most texturized groups I've seen in a hot minute? It's that right there. That is texture out the wazoo. I'm not used to seeing like groups do it. I'm used to seeing people who cover groups do it. Whoa. Here we go. We got the music video. Let's watch it. Ready. Golly. Who do you think you are? BV what? Whoa. Damn. Out of my mind. La 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 la. La 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 la. Such a catch. with the dancers. Oh, come on. Out of my mind. Wow. Wow. Oh my God. Sheesh, like, oh my God. Okay. So, yeah, I really feel what's so fascinating is that it's the type of texture that they're going for is this is definitely like heavy dance textured individualized movement, and I'm personally not used to seeing like a K-pop group have this degree of texture unless it's pro dancers who are covering a group is really what it feels like. I see this in demos. Does that make sense? So yes, I'm aware that we have like heavy hitter pro dancers in this group. Duh. Like I totally am aware of that. But it's still just so freaking cool though to see that here, you know, because a lot of times you would see people modify movement for the sake of vocal stability, which would be something that I would have to look at. It's how stable are their vocals realistically with this degree of movement quality, right? That's always a fascinating thing to cover. Because some groups focus on vocal representation with modified movement and others have more of a movement focus with a modification of vocals. Like, you know, and I think that's fine. As long as your vocals on the track are yours, I could care less if somebody lip syncs for the sake of a performance or not. As long as the vocals are yours and you're not like, what is it, like ghost singing, you know what I mean? I digress though. But from the top here, we're here ready for this, ready to talk about it. I love this right here, just taking all the different hands. It does feel like we have everybody is taking both of their hands and they're expanding it out to really feel like a lot of different kind of claw choices. So it showcases individuality and are showcased as villains because they all showcase in different colors and tones, right? Super dope. And then they go and they expand it over to the other side. I love the commitment of the look over to the side. That little la 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 la. Oh, I low-key wish them an immense degree of success. If this is what we're going to be getting from them, like this is villain done well. Like, you know what I mean? Like if you're going to go with this concept, they're bodying it in charisma. They're not taking like a super sensual villain approach, which I totally respect. They're showcasing just competency of freaking bodying choreo with the type of textures that they're given. Because some of the choreographic choices I'm normally not used to seeing in K-pop, right? I'm used to seeing in the Western side of things. So I think that's another thing too. I was just taken aback by it being a K-pop group that's doing it. Specifically whenever we're doing a little bit of Afro syncopated footwork movement later on. Goodness, I love this pan out. Boom, 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 boom. I really love the commitment of that there. The bleed through boom. It looks like she literally like just guillotined herself into my girl in the tail back. I love the hand there. Out of my mind. Really nice. And the arms all nice and straight. Everyone has really good leaning over into the chest to allow those lines to look nice and crisp and clean. We're here for it. We come back in. I love this right here. Normally I just see people come up. I'm not used to seeing these little details in this type of context where they go and they add this little rotation with the hip and the knee to allow that hip to influence that transition. God, that's cool. And they bring it back in. She goes, what? What is right? So we bring in the knees, rotate the head to make it fun and varied and full body as we come up. Then we go la 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 using the shoulder because a lot of times we see a lot of more upper body cutesy. It's like cutesy with like, it's like a toddler with a grenade. It kind of gives off that energy, if that makes sense. So we're here, villain. All of how they use this is freaking sick. Come on. Bad. And then we go and it goes villain. And so we're kind of low-key creating a fun little like horn out of it at the tail end, but also they had, it reminds me of Vocaloid, right? Am I like, is that how you pronounce it? It's the AI kind of concert with the long blue hair girl with a head. It's that type of what is it, like video game type of helmet vibe is what it's giving me here, which is super cool. And of course we see it in the music video, but that little mess looked like a movement imagery of that. Super cool. So this right here with the kick, boom, with the head, boom, accent, full commitment on that. Take the hands, they go drop it, boom. You're showcasing completely different individual choices, but they're attacking it the same way. And for me, I think the attack and the commitment to the movement is what makes it feel so freaking sick. Because the beginning, everyone knows their timing, they know where they need to go. So choices like this where they're going really full, it doesn't bother me as much because they showcase cleanliness when it's appropriate. So in this case here, I like that boom, boom. I can tell with Emma, like her movement is so full out, and I'm honestly shocked she doesn't stand out more than she does, because it's she like I said, I've said this every time I watch her, she's probably one of my favorite just dancers in general to watch in the Korean scene as a dancer who does choreo. She's so full out. I admire her ability to go as full out as she can, because it's just, and to have the control and fullness that she does is so commendable and very impressive. And you do not see that as often as other types of quality of movement. And she doesn't stick out. And that's just so impressive. Yes, I know a lot of the other members have a heavy dance background for sure, but I'm still like, we still can't discredit the degree of impressiveness of the cohesion that we're seeing here, but so much iconic individuality we're seeing at the same time. And it works because of the type of concept. It's giving like a Suicide Squad bad beat energy. Like, does that make sense? Which justifies not having super clean range, which is what we're seeing here. Not the cleanest, but it's so captivating and charisma. I love that little boom, and then go into the subtle. Ooh, the dynamics are in check here. With the throw is nice, so they hit it out, and I like with my girl, she accents to the front, take the hands up, boom, out of my mind. These are really difficult progressions to get clean. So I don't know what their turnaround time on this was. I know they're promoting Batitude at the same time, so it could be maybe we'll see a more cleaner set out of that. But I'm saying, like, this isn't the cleanest thing in the world, but their charisma's really taken ownership to help bridge the gap between cleanliness and like the speed changes on that. Like some of these abstract choices going and expanding, like we're doing a beautiful, like a balance kind of vibe, and then we drop out of it. Oof. And we come up, boom, accent, and such a super fast level change. Doesn't it give like a subtle Catwoman, like Halle Berry Catwoman vibes, where it's just like deceiving or, you know, that kind of stuff. Villain with a good cause. And they go, boom, da-da-da-da-da. Then you have your group of three come in. She comes in through, boom. Love that. They go, expand it through, like the punch out of that. Little gun there, boom. And she pulls it to create a transition between her to switch the windows out. Doom with the turn. Love the hit out of that. Little head accent there. Then we hit it with the rotation of the knee, which is nice. She goes tap, tap, tap. Nice, very quick, fast paced, so much going on, transitioning out, new feature. She drops down, love the commitment. Not the first time I've seen this kind of introduction of a feature, but I really like it nonetheless, where you have the two accenting her commitment. Like the level drops on this are really captivating. They honestly don't need dancers because they themselves have done the work, right? So they know how to body as backup dancers. A lot of them, but they're like, but it's so cool to see. Like, I wonder how it feels knowing that with some of them, they used to do the backup work. And I think it's such a great skill set to have. And it's something that I feel like people, it's totally okay to admire and appreciate. And it's gotten some slack over the years, especially on like the Mnet dance survival shows. And I'm like, we got to get off our high horse on that. But I digress. My point being, like, Emma, because I know more about her than most of the other members, but I know I'll learn more about them in the future. She did a ton of backup work, right? And so I wonder how she feels having her own dancers for her own group. Like, I wonder how that, like, does that make sense? Like, that to me feels like the epitome of a full circle moment in my personal opinion. I think this is so freaking sick. Like, this is so freaking dope. Golly, this is cool. Hitting it through, like, the pull on this. I love that with the head, commitment on the head, since she has a subtlety of the fingers. It really showcases her as a great feature because everybody else captivates through the commitment. There's so much commitment happening here. That is very rare, this type of commitment. It's giving and it's pulling AT's charisma energy at a debut. That they're one of the only groups that showcase this degree of charisma with the degree of unrefined cleanliness. Like, this is not the cleanest routine. Like, I'm going to stand by that because I can pause at any moment. There's a lot of extremities that are off, but the charisma really helps make this as incredible as it is. Golly. I love that. Da 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 da. The walks are cool. The throw there, boom, nice accent. Like you notice here, the elbows are off, but hey, accents and dynamics and texture justification are the same. And those are honestly the harder things to get right. So this is cool. I'm taking what I'm getting. I'm loving it. I love the swing. I love the accent there. Boom, nice little choice with the hands. Accent through, little brush on that. Then creating a fun little conga line of syncopation. We're here for it. Ding, ding, ding. She throws it. They go. They continue on. On tempo. We're here for it. They switch over it, like the little accent there. And we come in. She goes through. The turn on this is really dope. What's so impressive about this is she's about to drop in like 0.1 seconds, right? So I like this rotation. To continue her rotation, she's building it up by adding an extra rotating element in her movement. That little boom, boom, that triple on the base. And then she goes twinkling in. And then she goes, wow. Come on, girl. And the red looks good on her, too. She comes up, da-na-na-na-na. Accents it through. She goes, ha, ha, ha. Really nice, cute. Great choice there. And then we turn. And then she joins in with her line. New feature comes in. There's your tapping. And then they dig it through. Really nice. Some people's choices, their snake was snaking a little too deep or not deep enough. Like, it's those little things that I'm talking about. Is that to the degree in which they're diving in, it's one thing. I am so excited to see what this group looks like 5 years from now. That's my favorite part when I do marathons, is that it just allows me to dream and explore and find joy in these new generation groups on what are they going to be bringing to the table 5 years from now, because what we're seeing here is so cool. What are we going to dive into? What are we going to progress to? They're going to naturally get cleaner over time. I've seen this with many groups. They're going to get cleaner. I hope they keep this. They keep this captivation, this commitment to movement. The cleanliness is naturally going to follow. If they work with similar people, if they work together, which is what we're seeing here, and we have a healthy dance and work environment, I really do see them having a really healthy, incredible future with really bodying this implicit cleanliness that naturally happens with groups the longer they spend time together. So this is really cool. Accent there, then they take it, and I love the little accent up. Normally you see people just accent down, which is what we saw, but then they go da-da, they bring it up. Ooh. And the turning through, really nice on the cannon. So they're around, boom, they drop it. Nice and low, super fun. A cannon is a sequence of movements with a different start and different finish time, which is what you see here. It looks similar to a ripple, but they are slightly different. I like the brush of her, really fun choice of a feature. We come up, and I like the branching over to the side. And then we have my feature. She's the only one who didn't drop to the side, so that's how I was able to clock her. But it feels like we have a two-part feature because my girl right here also stood out. Very well done on the choreographer for that. They drop down, they come up. Some people have a little bit more breath in their arms. Some have more stiffness. So that's the first time I see like an obvious texture change or texture difference between them. But that's so minimal compared to we're already a minute in. We're living it up, right? We come up. They're like, da-da-da-da-da-da, villain. Yeah, vil. Like we're allowing this to have the vibrato. Like this right here is like, I'm gonna body this better than anybody wishes they could, is what this feels right here. No one will probably be able to do it as full out as her, besides, let's say, Yumiki from 1 Mil. Does that make sense? Like, the fullness of this is so filthy. Could I do it to this degree? I don't know. I'll have to try it. I'll have to wait till I'm about to go out of town, but as soon as I come back, yeah, I'll do some time on this track. I'm curious, or maybe I'll let y'all vote. We'll see. But I digress. The fullness of how Emma does this is she's not the only one, don't get me wrong, but it's just because she's in my front, I know she's taking the role as lead main dancer. I can see that based on her placement and when they're putting her in certain sections, like the tail end, they put her at the tail end of that final dance break when he had a heavier afro pocket to explore. Does that make sense? I'm using context of choreography placement. All of this here, just a lot of the fullness of this, the growl right here, oh my god, this come on, I really love this. It's they're taking villain, here's our spin on it, we're here for it, I love it. And then the shoulder roll on that is super sick. That la 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 villain, we're about to drop it. right there. It's the commitment to the lines that's so wild to me. The drops of the levels going from high to a full freaking hinge parallel with your leg bent to God's green earth with a straight leg. Guys, come on. This is not something that you get in 0.5 seconds. Like, you need at least a count. You know, that's not a count. That's like a boom. Like, you are there. That is so much core strength needed to do that. And you gotta have an equal strength to flexibility ratio to pull stuff like this off to the speed in which they're doing it. This is probably gonna hurt my hamstrings if I try this. But hey, we're all for a challenge, but I love this, the choices where it feels like we're a conductor, we're conducting the strings on it, but it's like in a petty way, and I'm here for it. Yeah, la la la, Ville, commitment to the head. Then we bring it up. I love the walks on that, and we syncopate it with the word accent with the upper body. And we go ding, ding, la, and then we ooh, this part is such a moment. Like it's just digging into my being. Yeah, right here, we take it, and we go la, 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 la. The subtlety here, and there's just a lot of these little accents. Na, 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 na. It just gives that very playful la, 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 before we blow you up. God, this is so cool. Yep, here into a little whacking overhead influence. We're here for it with a nice accent and stylized of the hands. Fun. The raps are super dope too. I like the lyricism and I like the tone of our girls. So far, everybody, no one sticks out as like I'm not a fan of that vocal. Cause you know, sometimes groups are like that. You're like, oh, I love this vocalist. Ooh, this girl needs some work. Sometimes that happens. That's life. In this case, everybody has their own vibe vocally, whether it's through lyricism, through rap, through dance. Like, it's just this is so fun. Like, oh my God, I'm here for the fullness of this. This does remind me of Hurricane, of just the circle. And I love the groove on that. I think it through really nice on the footwork on that. They take it through a nice little tap tap. I love that. So they have to carry some sense. I wouldn't even give it, they're not doing a jacks. It's not really, they're not doing house by any means, I don't think here. But they're doing a lot of like little taps and footwork, but they're carrying a posture that actually would equate more similarly to like Afro. But would I give them that? I don't know. I wouldn't say. I love that little tap, tap. I love the hits on that with the choice of the opposition of the chest. Looks great. I love that dee. And notice that people shifted and they rotated in that transition and make it more depth and interesting. Cool. They go da 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 da. Whew. I love that choice. She goes boom, da 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 da. Her upper body screams Afro, the lower body screams house. It's so interesting, a lot of these choices, right? Yeah, bun da 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 da. It's definitely like, would I give it Afro? No, I'm gonna be honest, I don't think so. But I love this swaying of the hips, bun da 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 da, as we're creating this really nice. Honestly, it gives low-key a little bit more. This may be out of pocket. It does remind me a little bit like flamenco or like more of a footwork stomping type of influence style, to a degree, if that makes sense. But no, I'm not saying it's flamenco. No, I'm not saying it's any of those things. It does feel like a super, super hybrid, texturized footwork. Like, I can't properly place it on a fundamental side, but you do need fundamentals to do it. Does that make sense? Man, this is growing me a lot right now. I love taking a look at this right here. Little heel digs on that. This right here, do. Okay, this is Afro. This is like an I'm a piano kind of syncopation. This is I'm a piano influence stuff. So like, this is not an I'm a piano track, but whenever I watch people do like footwork or posture building on an I'm a piano track, it's these types of syncopation and isolations. That's what because that right there, that little buildup is similar to an Nike, right? Or it's like the letter M and Nike, right? That's what it reminds me of. And that's why it ties the dance break in very well. That's just what I'm getting from this. I love that choice. And then she takes it up, she keeps it up. They drop it freaking low. I love that. Boom, boom. I've used that move in choreo before. I love it. Da, 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 da. They come up, she goes boom, 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 boom. Great syncopation on the bass. Dope. Love this. Vroom, vroom. Love that. Very like the little strings, like vroom, vroom, like we're kind of taking the string, strumming it, but we're using our body to justify it. Vroom, vroom, showcasing great levels on this. My features in the center, right here, boom, and then they stop, and they have a nice little accent. She brings her arms out to showcase difference, but everybody else has their arms connected to their body. Really nice to showcase your feature. She comes up, boom, boom, and then right here, it makes them they stop, and then they slow-mo it up. Ugh. Ugh. And then there's your day right here. God, filthy. Yeah, and then nice little choice where they go roll and roll and roll, chest and chest. I love it. Then right here, and then we're digging it. Ooh, all of this right here screams. Ugh, hold on, what's this remind me of? Ugh. There's a move in Gasoline by Key where they're way lower, but it's a similar groove pocket like that. But they're like a little bit higher up. That's what it reminds me of. I can't place what the exact name of it is, but God, I love, that's like so freaking full. I love it. God, I love it. Oh my God. Then they progress it. They keep the arms internal and then they progress the arms up. Notice the range on the arms are super off on a lot of this. But do we care? It's just, for me, it's because I'm admiring what they're doing in texture and the posture of it, that the extremities, I think, are kind of like, they feel like an afterthought more so. Now, yes, they are conscious of their choices in their arms, but I think the texture of the posture, like the fact they are able to keep that maintained, I hope they never lose that. I hope they keep that forever. Because sometimes groups, they like refine their movement to calibrate to low-key the masses provide an influence on what they want the group to kind of be known for, which I hate sometimes, but also I understand. Because if a group is known for synchronicity, a group's going to tailor their choreography to continue to be known for that, right? And then in groups, in this case, I hope they are known for their charisma, their stage presence, they're known for their fullness, and I hope they're able to calibrate that to stable vocals, because that's going to be something that makes them one of the most captivating performers you can potentially have. Like that would be a top tier ideal scenario in my humble opinion, which is, it takes time to get, but man, this makes me so excited. I love that choice, da-da, with a nice little scuff of the foot, dun dun dun. I love the little moment, dun dun, little petty, let's go, keep going. The swing through is nice. So we take the arms, really nice on the arm placements on that. Do remind me a lot of times you can see these types of placements in a more femme posture, which is crazy to me too, which makes this so freaking wild. I don't know if people really understand. They're switching between like a super femme posture to a grungy Afro Amapiano influence posture. Those are two completely different postures of movement, and they're switching it in an 8 count, you know, and then they're changing their levels and going from high to like a super low squat that is not like, you don't just learn how to do it. Does that make sense? It's something that like, well, no, yes, you can learn how to do it, but some of it comes from like, there's an implicit prerequisite movement quality that's coming in here that it's going to make you struggle if you don't have a fundamental, like if you don't have strong foundations in any femme work or in like Afro or dance hall, this is going to be a legit struggle to try to cover authentically. And that's what makes it so freaking captivating, is that they didn't take those postures out, and it provides a certain degree of authenticity to representing those styles within this. That's so freaking cool. Love that. Dee. I love how she sits in this. God, it's grungy, and she's sitting and facing us, and they're facing the corner, so it really makes it nice. And then they hit it, boom, great accent. She takes it up, she has her arm up, and she says, come here, let's go. And they're sitting with the arm down. Very easy, just the difference between my arm up versus arm down. Very clear to know who your feature is in that moment. Love that little tap, da 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 da. They bring it up, ding ding, and then they go and they take the shoulders, make it a nice little fun moment. Yep, da da da, and head. They add the head there, makes it build to a really nice place. Tap tap up, boom. They swing the body, head down. Love this part, do. So they take it, present, boom. We're ready to go, ready to body it. This is just a typical add-on is what I would call that. So it starts with your group of 3, and then you have your group of 2, and then your group of 2 in the back. Really nice. Da-da-da-da-da-da, feel it. So it's a different person in the front, different tone represented in the chorus. I've talked about this in other videos, and I'll talk about it here. Whenever you have somebody different on that part of the track in tone or in whatever, a different person in front, it's going to come across slightly different even if the choreo is the same, because if the movement is operating on tone, it's going to subtly be modified implicitly, meaning or subconsciously, because you're trying to match how the sound feels to your body. That's called musicality. So, and that's where texture is derived from, is you're trying to justify timbre through texture of movement. So I really love this here. Having one of your girls up, that voom, voom, and you have a little peekaboo from my girl coming in the back. That's Miss Emma right there. La 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 la. Like that's don't. Ooh, that's fast. And they go voom voom. Golly, I would need to stretch and warm up, which I need to do anyway, because I'm getting a little too old to just go into something and just expect my body to rebound. Your girl has to pay for her own health insurance, so we can't be doing that anymore. But golly, I'm just so freaking, I'm so impressed. This is so cool. Golly, I've never cared less about cleanliness right now, honestly. God, this is so cool. Boom, boom, boom. It's clean. For me, I'm like, it's clean enough, because I feel like we picked our battles, and I'm glad we picked this battle. Golly, out of my mind. Oof. Yeah, boom. And notice some people rotated and some kind of hit it. So those are like would be little details that if I was a movement director for this, I would clean. But I would also try to fight to maintain the posture and texture of this. Hit, and I love this choice here. They fold it in, up, and then we that little la 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 la, ooh, and we present it up. Oh my God, so cool. She takes it and it's just her la 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 la, and then we have some girls set up. Right here, I love this choice, immediate. Like, there's really no break. So if I could give any note outside of what I've already talked about, it could be, I mean, they're providing depth and heartbeats in this from shifting from like masculine pockets to feminine pockets. That's how we're getting a lot of this here. Now, if we wanted to, and also speed changes for sure, and that kind of stuff. This is very digestible, but it's like there could at any point be there. I'm turning into like a glutton of information, right? So that would be something that I'm curious about if we're going to continue to see in your face for their other works, because that would be an in general note too. It is nice to explore different concepts that showcase different depths and digestion levels, because this is going to be a certain group or niche of the general public's cup of tea, and somebody else may be like, this is too much for me. That's fine. And I know with a lot of groups, something that showcases long-term success or really showcases a huge consideration for your audience that allows them all to feel like it's an inclusive experience is when you showcase different types of concepts that still are brand for you, but you're being considerate of different timbres, textures, and just overall environmental factors that allow you to still be you, but you're exploring a different niche of choreo, structure of choreo, like color scheme, things like that, visual lore, any of that kind of stuff, where it feels like there's depth behind what you're doing. It's not just full out movement for the sake of it. And I'm not saying that at all here. I'm just saying that could be something I'm curious to see how we continue to digest the bad villain information, because I'm personally here for it because I can catch everything or most things. But I know a lot of people just see this as there's a lot going on and I want to appreciate it, and some people need cleanliness to help them be able to clearly see things, and they can't like decipher the fundamentals throughout. So it really just kind of depends on your audience. In general though, I love this debut. I love how this looks on them. I think it's so freaking sick how full out they're going, because I'm not used to seeing people go so full out with these styles, like this hybrid of a style, because it's so hard to justify, but they body it so well. Oh my God. Okay. Right here, they go up, boom. I love this choice right here. And I love her choice as she traces it across her body. We're living in this, and they take it, expand that head around. It's the commitment all the way through to the upper back. It's not just isolated to the shoulders. They're even letting the torso get involved. There's just so much torso utilization in this. And I like that they rotate all the way around to reestablish in the knees, which is cool. They expand it out. Really nice. You have 2-part feature on this, which is dope. They look over to the side, and then they're expanding to the front. They're hitting it up. Boom, boom. And we literally love seeing this. They expand it up and around, hitting it through. Da, 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 da. And like the bleed up is nice. We're building it up to a super climactic place, which is nice. Really cool. And then from here, welcome to our dance break. So we're taking a more playful approach first, and then we're about to get super grunge. So this is the epitome of what I just talked about. Super, like more of a femme influence right here. La, 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 la. There's more of an art present. They're letting the head be influenced with where the arm's going, using the back help with it. Then we hit it through, nice little ISO, so travel it down the body. And then we swing it through the hips. Very nice. Nice little moment with all of us. Just having fun, exploring each other. La, 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 la. So they triple it up. Really nice. And then we have a nice little whistle, and then we take the arm. So we're building it because we're adding more body parts into it, but it's contributing to the overall tone of the playfulness. Yeah, la, 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 la. So they kind of create an outlier move, but they have this fun little detail in between, which makes it feel more than just we're just hitting positions. Then we take it, we travel it down, and we swing it. So the reason why those felt subtly different is one of them had the hand, and the other one had an addition to like a little whistle sound, right? Which is cool. We head into it right here. I love this la-dee-da-dee-da. So it looks like you're playing a piano, but it's like we're switching this la, which I've seen like for the la, Lisa love me, la, Lisa love me. So I love how they like progress it. That's freaking like, if there's legit switching between, like that's a freaking brain teaser if they are in fact doing that. Just out of my curiosity, I'm going to slow it down just to see if they are. Hold on. La, 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 la. No, they're just here, la-di-da-di-da. But man, if they were gonna go for that, that's just really complex, but it's so fast, you don't really need to commit to that, but that's fine. Here we go, right here, bad villain, here's your logo. Well, you gotta bring it. This is I love you, this is rock on, cool, here we go. And he goes, villain. I love the villain. Like going from something like playful, oh, you're serious. Their movement quality is the epitome of the character they're presenting. Hence why it is so easy to believe it, is because they justify it in their posture switches. Golly. This right here, swinging through. Here's your masculine posture coming in. Bringing it through, boom, boom, and we cross it. Crisscross. Yeah, the boom, this right here. All this is giving like that heavy Afro footwork right there. Now, what do they technically do? Let's look here. Boom. So they cross, click, click, click. So they go cross, uncross, heel, takes a more of an important role. Then go switch, switch, and then we expand it out. Dope. Then we bring it up, nice and stoic, and then we bring it back, bring with a little more like a wave to come out of it. And then from here, we go tap, 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 using the head to really make it a fun influence right here. And this right here with the hips, golly. Yep, dun, 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 and boom, dun, dun, using the head to also complement it. Boom, boom, boom. So we're folding, so we're like taking the doom, doom, doom. It reminds me, there's like an ISO meme that used to come out way back in the day where you would have that hip ISO to complement what's going on in the upper body. That was so cool. It's right here. Dun, 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 dun. If you don't think Jam Republic, if you don't think Kirsten Dodgen or Latrice on this, I mean, come on. Like, they are the perfect references to talk about how filthy this groove can get. This right here, going into, technically, I think it's a network, right? But it's just not as low yet, and they're syncopating it in the upper body and the chest, and then we dig it through and turn it into a freaking add-on. You're freaking kidding me on this. And then at the tail end, they go right here into a network, into a la. Like, we didn't just do that. La-di-da, and then the out of heel toe. La-di-da-di-da. Were they doing that before, maybe? That la. Villain. That was so incredibly disgusting. Like, meaning, and when I use the term disgusting, because some people have been like, you're saying this is gross. No, I'm saying like this is disgusting and like, it's an astronomically like complimentary thing that I could ever say. It's just the texture that they added in this is just, it just makes my heart happy just as a dancer. And it's a choreographer, somebody who's able to see what these movements could look like. I'm used to seeing these movements done muted, or I'm used to seeing like pro dancers not singing do this. Right? You want to talk about one heck of a good start? Like, this is a freaking debut with a capital D. I'm telling you that right now. What I'm hopeful for, and I feel like I've talked about, I think I mentioned it before, they remind me a lot of ATEEZ in their debut era. They really do, and like a very complimentary way. And it makes me excited because I've seen ATEEZ and I marathon their entire discography, so I know what they are from debut until now, pre-debut to now. These girls right here, it makes me so excited to see what they are 3 years from now, 5 years from now, because it's just, I feel like it's going to develop into a freaking incredible, like, this is incredible what we just watched. Wow. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch. If you want to see more Bad Villain, I'm going to work my way through and try to stay on top of them as a Gen 5 group. I've caught their 2 performance videos, and this is their debut. I know they have something else released right now. We'll just see if the schedule allows me to be able to take a look at it soon. I had such a freaking blast on this. I'm very excited for the discussion on this. I apologize if I named something or I was equating a pocket or a texture or a posture to a style in which it really wasn't derived from. My apologies for that. Remember, even though I'm an educator and I'm an analyst, it doesn't mean that I know everything. And I can't, because of literally the sheer degree of the posture shifts in this, we were talking about completely teeter-tottering different bookends of styles represented. And so it caught me off guard on like the amount of hybrid slang derived fundamental foundational movement that was in play here. It was such a good challenge for me. So I had a lot of fun and I'm looking forward to the next one. Once again, my name is Jess and I will catch you on the flip side. Bye.